Well, there you are, Joe. What do you think of it?
It's terrific.
Yes, isn't it just? And all you have to do is press this big red button right here.
Can I do it, Dad?
Oh, I suppose so. If you're sure you want to.
Great. How did I do?
Oh, just fine, Joe, as ever. And in a few moments, we'll get a printout telling us what Jerry Anderson episode I'll be watching this week.
Smashing.
That's it. So, what have we got, Joe?
The gun.
Ah, lovely stuff.
Well done, Joe.
Indeed. Here's Terrahawks.
Could we go fishing this afternoon, Dad?
Yes, that's a good idea, Joe.
Can I come?
Yes, but don't come crying to me if you get hurt.
So, we welcome back to the Randomiser. It's Terrahawks. I can't remember the last time we were here, and I'm not going to look it up because this is quite an interesting start to the episode. Young Star is making a plan. He's got diagrams and things all over the place, and he's even using like an ink pen with quill. Despite Pluto's best efforts to disrupt his concentration.
Constant interruption.
But this is, I don't know if not the last gasp of Young Star as, actually I suppose this is really the only time in the series that he was presented as,
Zelda here.
genuine intelligence, perhaps comparable to Zelda's.
What had Zelda better not hear?
Still putting his foot in it, of course, but
I did not see you.
he's still got that slightly refined way
Relations are complete.
of speaking there.
You may discern.
He's not quite yet at the stage of just shoveling food down his face all day long.
Tell me, will it work?
Only the unintelligent would doubt it.
Oh,
Keep your
wow, that's pot kettle black moment there from Young Star.
I have arranged a
I
demonstration.
rather like this sophisticated, semi-intelligent Young Star. Obviously, I love the later incarnation,
A distant peak.
but he's very articulate here, very verbose.
Impressed.
He set up a demonstration. Oh, a big old explosion.
There was 2 cubes.
Ah,
And in 20.
yes. His plan for this week is we have the cubes knocking around, and the cubes haven't really done all that much in the series so far. They've been an occasional thorn in the side of well, mostly Zero. But now it's nice to see the show. We're 10 episodes in. It's nice to see, I suppose, Tony Barwick really sort of thinking about the ideas, the characters that make up this world. And the cubes were always, they were always around, but they were never a major part of any story.
Well, I tell you straight, I think it's great.
So it's nice to see them get a bit more focus here.
I'm looking for another word for love in the second verse.
Amour, passion, fascination, attraction.
And this is 5-5, Kate's personal assistant Zeroid.
If you 5-5, you're
He's the one who talks mostly in rhyme. Wasn't in the series. I suppose the second half of the first season was his time to shine, really, and then he disappeared for the second series, which is a shame. I like the idea that there are lots of Zeroids around the place, aside from Zero and later Dee's Wheat,
But
which is something again this episode focuses quite heavily on.
What is that?
The other Zeroids and their other personalities. So,
upon yourself to solve.
ooh.
How to transport.
Oh, the Zelda puppet is capable of some really good reactions, and even in that shot there, the puppet was barely animated, but you could just sense this
And an answer?
smouldering rage at Young Star's comment there. And now back to the food. Oh,
Pay attention and learn.
but it's his plan if he wants a snack.
A moment. One of the Earth scum's space transporters is returning with its plunder.
Yes, there's always a freighter in Terrahawks AS4.
Let no one doubt my power.
Yes, there's always a freighter returning to Earth just when a ship of Zelda's needs to shadow it or follow it to get through to Earth. And I think this model was probably reused several times for various minor ships in the series. But here we go. The Rhino is off to oh, they're going right up to the ship. And yes, they're going to send over. Well, no, first they're going to shoot it, of course, blow open an airlock. Looks like the same airlock we've seen on the side of Spacehawk, actually, in previous episodes. Lovely little bits of detail on that model. And there go the army of cubes crossing over to the other ship. And even though it's obvious that the model is set up vertically and the cubes are just being dropped in, when the shot is righted, it looks quite nice.
I can't go on maintenance.
Oh, no.
How would you like your tea, Tiger?
Slice of lemon, no sugar, thanks. It's a brewer situation.
Here's an interesting Zeroid. The Scottish one. 6'6", never seen again after this scene, I don't think. Well, he might be seen, but he never speaks.
Sir,
What is it, Zero?
we have a slight problem on the maintenance schedule, sir.
Well?
Go ahead, 6'6".
Aye, it's a canny situation. Ut of my own head, I may be got a wee notion. What did he say?
He's Scottish, sir.
What did he say?
And all Tiger wants to do is enjoy a quiet moment of peace outside, with his sunglasses on, having a cup of tea and a slice of really unappealing looking cake.
Accents. Zero, I want all Zeroids revoiced.
Oh no!
Standardized.
Yes, this is one of the things that people criticise Tiger for, the fact that he is so mean to the poor Zeroids. And a lot of the time, I think it's generally targeted at Zero, but here it's like, oh no, they're all going to lose their voices, all except 101. This is quite a serious subplot, really, for this show. It's all these wonderful personalities and eccentricities are all going to be crushed. They all need to be uniform.
Lieutenant, we have a contact.
Well, except for 101 here.
It's a space transporter. Scan indicates a standard auto space 4.
An AS4. It's way off course.
It's a very nice model.
Einstein, I think we may have a problem. Right, Hero. I'll contact Johnson.
An AS4 has no crew, Doctor. It's an unmanned automatic bulk transporter.
Hence the name.
My question is why this one is 250,000 miles wide of its space corridor. It suffered slight external damage. We're checking
Oh, there it is. There's my prop telephone that I own. I have mentioned it in previous randomizers. It's there, I think, on Johnson's desk. It's just visible through a glass of water.
What I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that's it. I will chalk that up as another appearance of my prop telephone. Originally Sheriff Bull's telephone, and later turning up all over the place in this show. I always like spotting my phone. I like my phone. I know it's silly, but I just love having a couple of bits and pieces from this show. So Hawkwing is off to intercept the space transporter. I believe they are going to shoot it down, in fact. Against Johnson's wishes.
AS4 now entering Earth's atmosphere.
10-10, Hero.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen this model in other episodes.
Titanium ore is worth millions. You're taking a big chance, Tiger.
Yeah, the Moonbase Alpha crew would love to get their hands on that titanium. They couldn't get enough titanium.
Seek and destroy.
10-10. I've got it on the scan. Range 15 miles.
Locking home.
Fire at will.
Firing now.
Oh, direct hit.
Pretty slick.
It did the trick.
Oh, I do like their rhyming. Sometimes it gets a bit annoying. I think they do repeat some of the rhymes in certain episodes. I think that Let's Fly Aye was one that was in an earlier episode. But before the freighter goes down, the cubes are bailing. Very nice shots of them landing in various points around the same area. Some are in wooded areas, some are in river. One or two have just landed on the side of a cliff. And there goes the freighter. Oh, this is another cool shot as well. You just see it disappear over the trees, and then that moment of absolute silence. You just hear a little bird chirp, and then kaboom! That's it. -1 freighter.
End up in a fireball. If Zelda had managed to get one of her monsters aboard and didn't survive. You sure of that, Hawkeye? No, I'm not sure. I'm certain.
It's not like she's tricked us that way before when we thought we'd destroyed something and actually something had got through. Yes, it's now nighttime. The cubes are having a nighttime rendezvous.
Imagine 20.
Yes, oh, poor young star.
Cube is strong, but united, their force is irresistible.
Yes, it's a very clever idea to combine them and thus combine their power. I don't think we really see much of this afterwards. I know they made cube guns in the Christmas episode, but that was in a dream sequence. I can't remember them actually doing it later for real. I'm sure they must have done.
Lads, this is a sad, sad day.
Yes, it's time to break the news to his men. But here's a funny bit of voice acting.
Revoiced.
No! Never! Shame!
I'm assuming that's meant to be 3 different Zeroids, but it just comes across as one.
His orders.
Whose orders?
The order comes from
He
who must be obeyed.
But I love as well that it's a nice fun subplot, but I also like that it's another opportunity for Zero to kind of outsmart Tiger. Everyone's now in the lounge. Kate, Hawkeye, Mary and 5-5, who I don't know if he gets revoiced. I assume he must have done, because, you know, everybody had to be. But we don't hear him speak, I don't think.
I'm about as popular around here as an all-night dentist. Well, you're not exactly flavor of the month.
I'm Southern, so I'm having a mint julep.
It's created a lot of problems.
Yes, Hawkeye gets a fairly prominent role in this story, which is surprising.
By the way, Johnson was trying to contact you.
It's nice, actually, in these early episodes. You get an episode where Kate is prominent in The Spirilla. Hero is prominent in Space Samurai, and I suppose you could say Happy May Day, even though it's not technically Hero. And Hawkeye gets a bit of a spotlight episode here.
Sorry, sir. Didn't know you were here, sir.
Who was that?
Zeroid 48, sir.
Tiger has entered the cockpit of Terrahawk to find all these Zeroids knocking around the place.
For your orders, sir.
Numbers who aren't normally in here, and they've all got Zero's voice.
Colonel Johnson for you, sir.
You wanted to talk, Johnson. I'm getting a lot of heat about that AS4 you shot down.
We've all got problems.
This one could be pretty dicey. What did you...
I was also watching the show the other day. I'm actually rewatching Terrahawks at the moment, so this episode fits nicely into my rewatch schedule. I was wondering if Colonel Johnson might possibly be modelled on Graham Garden. I think there's something of a resemblance there. Anywho, because Johnson said the word dicey, Tiger has thought cubes. You know, he's magically sussed out the idea that Zelda might have dropped off some cubes. It's a bit of a stretch, because if Johnson had said it's a bit risky...
The new Richardson Dam.
Oh, okay. So a potential target.
300 construction workers clear out of the area.
May I ask our plan of action?
Yes, suddenly they throw this idea that there's a dam under construction that would be a potential target for the cubes. It's like,
Hudson,
why wasn't that mentioned earlier?
Of an accidental nature?
They don't even, like, you know, considering they were quite happy to shoot down the freighter in that area.
Wait for Kate to give us the word.
10-10.
These reckless Terrahawks.
My valiant cubes.
But again, it's nice that we get to see something of the outside world in this episode. That was a very nice shot of a construction site there.
That's it, Hudson. Let's go.
And we actually get some non-Terrahawks human characters to interact with here. We have a guest character coming up as Hudson screams past this truck, who I believe is being driven by the construction manager of the dam construction project.
Matched by the vehicle behind.
Hudson's snobbery about other vehicles is always great fun.
Now,
That was a really nice establishing shot of the dam there, with like the little miniature vehicles moving around and such.
thing to the rear bumper, no more.
And speaking of puppets who look like they resemble
Collins is approaching.
other people, this
Seems somewhat put...
construction manager, is it Ed Collins?
What kind of a maniac?
It's all my
I've
fault.
always thought he looked a bit like Super Marionation voice artist David Healy.
You are. You're...
My name is Kate Kestrel.
Oh, yeah, she's playing up the pop star bit.
I don't believe it. I'm your greatest fan. I've got all your records.
Why, thank you.
Well, considering she just makes a living re-recording the same 20 songs over and over, she must be doing quite well on the side.
Ma'am.
So, you're a construction manager, Eddie.
Also, I think Eddie Collins is the name of a Space 1999 character. I think that's a character from A Matter of Balance.
Do something to make it up to...
It's a fairly common name, I suppose, but it's just interesting that the last Anderson production prior to Terrahawks also had an Eddie Collins.
Sure. Would the rest of the construction gang be interested?
Interested? They'd tear each other to pieces to get a seat.
Whoa.
You just say...
They don't sound very stable, his construction workers. Yes, Kate's getting in on the construction scene in order to lure all of the workers away from the dam site, because that's how it works. She puts on a show and they will all come. Nobody will be left behind. There won't be a security guard.
The whole construction team is going into town to hear her sing.
As unlikely as that seems. Oh, that's a rather extreme close-up on Tiger there. Not a bad one, it's just the way he suddenly swings into frame. It's like, ooh, take the camera back a bit.
Kestrel!
And here's another example of, I think what we were talking about on Fab Facts a while back, of not having many puppets to fill out crowd scenes. We're supposed to believe this is a huge, well, 300-strong audience that's come out to see Kate sing. But you only really get, like, the back of 3 people's heads. It really doesn't matter, though, because A, this is a really nice song, B, Kate looks really nice, and C, I think they've done a really good job with setting up the look of the stage and the lighting and the speakers. They've had to do very little to make it look like a real authentic stage. So yeah, hats off to them there. The cube gun is nearly assembled. Yep, it's taken them a bit, but they've finally got it together. Just as the battle tank rolls into the area. Ooh. There's something very cool always about seeing the battle tank rolling along and just massive explosions going on all around it, and yet it keeps going. Very rare that you would see a battle tank destroyed. Oh, they hit a tree there. The tree's almost over.
Guns are made out of cubes with tremendous firepower.
You were right, Tiger.
Of course.
I wish I wasn't.
Yes, I think I can only remember a battle tank being destroyed. Well, A, in the Christmas episode, which again doesn't count, and B, I think the one in Terror Tomb.
It's taking a pounding, sir.
All right, pull it back.
Oh no, they're zooming in on the dam now.
They've opened up on the dam, sir.
Oh no.
Flaming thunderbolt.
They're not doing a very good job of it this week, the Terrahawks.
How do we get near it?
There may be one way. I'd like to try.
Well, we're going to let Hawkeye do something. Are you feeling all right, show? You're going to let Hawkeye save the day? This is unprecedented, show. It's also strange, actually, that considering the cube gun is engaged with the battle tank, Zero doesn't suggest sending in a squad of his men to deal with it. They could probably take care of things.
Build up of energy.
But this is nice too.
Passing on power to the next.
Hawkeye actually doing something that it's rare that he does anything, but also it's rare that his we get the sense here that because allegedly he's got this improved vision. We get the impression here that he's using that to assist in, oh my goodness, this damn site is being just trashed, to help with the with targeting the cubes. He's targeted the head gun, or the head cube I should say, shot it off, and with nowhere to go, the energy is released.
Great shooting, huh?
Suddenly and explosively.
Tiger?
He did it. I never doubted it, lad.
Oh, that's 8-0. That's 0. That's 4-8.
Said he wouldn't make it. You'd better watch your...
And just these lovely reaction shots from Tiger as he's zipping back and forth looking at all these Zeroids with the voice that he hates.
All right. For the sake of everyone's sanity, I am rescinding the revoice order.
Hooray!
Thank you, sir.
Zero's made his point.
Done a good job. And it's over.
Ah. And tell Hawkeye he's done a good job?
The emergency's over, man.
Oh, right. 5-5 didn't get revoiced. Okay.
Phew.
That's interesting. Why would 5-5 be exempt?
One more, Kate! One more song!
Is that Zeroid from earlier?
Maybe there is just one more.
Oh, one more song. What's she going to sing?
Miss Kestrel's giving a last encore.
I'd like to hear it.
You've heard all her songs before. We've all heard them. Ah, yes. Beating like we're soon to fly. My countdown has started tonight. Oh, I love the way 5-5 is bobbing up and down to the music. I like the idea that Kate has her own personal Zeroid. That she takes out into the field, and nobody at the construction party concert is questioning the fact that there's a sentient robot with her. I got the power to rescue you. Oh, it's a nice song. They're all nice songs, Kate's. And again, she just looks fabulous in this outfit. I think there's a publicity photo, quite a few publicity photos from that scene. One of them turns up in Stu Dapple's bedroom in Cry UFO.
Sacre bleu!
Oh!
Beauty rota!
A first appearance from D-Sweet, with no moustache.
That madness.
And a new version of number 13.
I swear I will.
With a different voice.
Zero! I think Dr. Einstein wants you, Sergeant.
Yes, Zero's here with 2-1. Yeah, D-Sweet was just in that scene chatting to 13, as if he was a complete nothing of a character, which at this point he is. But then, I think is it the very next episode, Thunderpath? He's back, full force. That's the one where he's where we find out he uses garlic in his lubrication oil, and from that little moment, a star was born. Anywho, that was the gun, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Not one of the absolute greats of the show, but a really strong early episode. It's nice to see the show has got to this point now where it can tell a genuinely good story and make great use of both the villain characters and the human characters, but also we can have humorous subplots that don't really undermine the drama. There's some lovely stuff with the Zeroids here, and all of which ties into the central conflict between Tigra and Zero. So yeah, it's never going to be a favourite of mine, this one, but on the whole, I still thoroughly enjoy it. Two lovely songs from Kate there as well. So yeah, on the whole, great songs, great character stuff, really good effect stuff. Yeah, on the whole, good stuff. Well done, the gun.